right here in the studio, and I'm so elated. Hello, Uncle.
Hi, Lexis.
How are you?
You're one of the people. It doesn't pay me to say I have missed you.
Oh,
There are people
I'm
on
honored.
the team, on the Joe FM team, that when I miss it pains me. but you are not one of them. But Lexis,
I
I've
miss you too, Uncle. It's always a joy to spend time with you, especially here in the studio.
Yeah, and same here.
Yes, and also at the theater.
Yeah.
I know last weekend was a ball. In fact, I was just telling me that one of my friends actually went to see the play last weekend, and she told me she had like so much fun.
That's right.
Yes. So today we'll get to talk a bit more about it. But you know, when I call you into my studio, it means that
Palava day.
Wahala
day.
Me and my listeners, or should I say my listeners and I, we are always we need your help at some point in life, as we try to navigate life, marriage, relationships and all. We come across very difficult moments, and we know that we can trust our uncle to give us some very good guidance and advice. So earlier this week, we started a conversation from one of our friends who found himself in a bit of a dilemma, in a dire situation, I should say. So, Uncle, if you'd permit me, I'll share with you what he shared with us.
Okay.
He said he's been married for 5 years, and he says, Lexis, we're blessed with 2 beautiful children. My wife is an amazing, caring, supportive, and truly blessed woman with everything. In the early years of our marriage, our intimacy was strong. I mean, I deeply desired her, and frequently also. We were very close physically, emotionally, spiritually, but things changed. Somewhere along the line, the desire just faded. Intimacy completely gone. I mean, I can't remember the last time I kissed my wife with genuine passion. The spark is gone. I mean, these days we feel more like siblings or flatmates, just raising children and managing life. The connection, the romance, the excitement, it's all missing. And I recently opened up to a close female friend of mine. She's married too and has been for longer than I have. What surprised me was how closely her story mirrors mine. She told me she loves her husband much, very much. She respects him, values their marriage, and wants it to work. But sexually, she feels nothing for him. That desire has completely dried up. And despite how much she loves him, she confessed that she's found herself drawn to other men and has been intimate with a few. Not because she wants to destroy her marriage, but because she wanted to feel something again. And that conversation shook me. It made me realize the problem is more common than we admit. Too many couples are smiling in public but silently struggling behind closed doors. Says Lexis, I won't lie. I find myself feeling the same. I still feel strong desire, but not for my wife. Other women stir something in me, random strangers, colleagues, even women online. The passion is there, just not for the woman I married. We've tried to fix it, but nothing lasts. And he's just in a dilemma. So I put it out there to see whether our friends out here listening now can help. And to my surprise, we had a lot of other people in this same situation. In fact, let me share a few of our friends who called in with you.
So with regards to me, I think I share the same sentiment. The spark between my husband and I is gone. It started, I think, quite some time ago. And it so happens that there's a colleague at work who I got drawn to. However, it's a situation of the person is equally married, and the person shares that same sentiment. And unfortunately, it caused more friction. But well, it is what it is.
It caused more friction where?
For me at home. Because definitely, it's a bit difficult trying to serve 2 masters, so to put it.
Oh, okay. So you actually got with the colleague?
I did.
Okay. And how long have you been married?
About 12 years.
About 12 years. So what have you been able to analyze it to figure out what happened that caused the fade? Or you think it was a natural drift?
I would say it was a multiple number of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't one thing. Probably being taken for granted both ways. I wouldn't blame my husband alone. I am equally to blame for that.
Okay.
Being nonchalant about things, not being intentional about the whole relationship.
Okay.
Because obviously this is someone you don't see 24/7. You may probably see the person once in a while.
Okay, so that's one of the ladies who called, and a gentleman also called.
I'm within 2 years, and before the 2 years, the hard work, the respect, some kind of attitude, there are certain things, Some of us, it's not the outside, it's within. When those things change, it really pisses me off. I see my wife to be a friend. We don't have a chat morning, afternoon. The same bed. I mean, everybody wake up and go to their daily activity. The respect she was having for me as a mom is no more there. The house chores is no more there. Like this. We don't focus outside, but there are certain things that push us away. A lot is happening.
So after 2 years, you feel that the spark is gone?
Far away gone. I was sorry to say, I don't remember the last time I and my wife have intimacy.
You don't remember?
I can't remember.
Wait. I'm just curious. Let's try and walk down memory lane. 1 month?
That should be around March.
Oh, okay. That's 3 months.
Listen, some of us are dying.
Have you thought of what to do about it? Okay, so yeah, Uncle. Some of us are dying. That's what the man says. And there's so many others that I could have shared, but because of time. But we knew that we needed help. So, Uncle, we need help.
For a man who started your program this afternoon so cheerfully and said you were in the best possible moment.
I know.
I'm looking at your face and say, hey, bring the funny. Bring the funny.
It is not a funny matter now. It has become serious, Uncle.
No, it is much more funnier than you think it is.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a very common thing.
Is it?
A survey that was done, in fact, one of the few documented and reputable surveys that were done, this was the case with 40% of couples that were interviewed.
Wow.
40%. I suspect that half of the 60% were lying and giving the wrong impression.
Then we're at 70% now.
Yeah, no, it's a very high percentage. It is a very high percentage, and it's much more common than we think it is. Except that it is one of those things that everybody suffers quietly.
But they don't talk about it.
No, they don't. We don't talk about it because everybody thinks that maybe it's me.
Yeah.
You know, and that others may be. Because when you see people out there as couple, they always look exciting.
Yeah.
They look like they're having a good time. Especially if you go to church and you see the couples arrive at church.
Yeah.
You would envy them. What you don't realize is that sometimes before their car stopped at the car park, they were not even talking to each other. So it is a very common thing. I think that's the first thing we need to understand. We also need to understand that if and we'll talk about why it is. If sex is struggling in your marriage, don't blame each other. Don't look for excuses. Don't see each other as enemy. You are causing it. You are not doing what you have to do and things like that. That's a time to close ranks and understand that life is happening.
Okay.
Life is happening.
Wait, Uncle, is intimacy...
But keep emotional connection alive. Sex may be struggling. The passion may be gone. Keep the emotional connection between you and your partner alive. Spend time chatting. Talk. Don't talk angry with each other, but talk as you used to when you first fell in love. But the third comment I would make before we go into the basis is this. Sex does not vanish from a relationship suddenly. It is gradual. It is gradual. So you don't go to bed one day feeling all excited about your partner, and then you wake up and it is not there. No, it is gradual. And if you do not pay attention to the things that are gradually eroding passion, what will happen is that you wake up and you wouldn't know what hit you. But it is a gradual thing. One little, I want, maybe an anointing has come upon me, I want to minister, and you say, I'm not in the mood. Little thing.
Yeah.
He's a gentleman, so he said, cool. Or she wants to snuggle a little bit in your arms. Hey, I'm tired. Or have a long day tomorrow. Okay, all right, gradually. you come to bed and you haven't cleaned up, and so there's body odor. So, but you want the anointing service. It takes a bit of the joy
Away
of
from
it
it. Yeah.
away. You have no time for foreplay. Your anointing has come and you must minister immediately. So you don't even go into praise and worship. You just go straight into full ministration. Your partner is irritated by this because what you are doing is that you are not making her fulfilled.
Okay.
Or you reach your climax and you don't care whether your partner has reached the climax or not. Little things. You've been rude to him. You understand? You haven't apologized. Or you've offended her. You haven't apologized. Little things. So it's a gradual thing. And before you realize, it's gone.
Uncle, all other things being equal, is intimacy supposed to fade?
Yes. It will. It is not... The example I gave is the spacecraft. The booster that makes it take off. At a certain time, will have to be discarded. It is not the thing that will take us to our destination. The thing that helped us to defeat gravity, if we must necessarily leave, must be discarded for the craft not to be drawn back. So too many of us are making the decision to marry based on how much of a boner you give me when I'm talking with you. Thinking that it will be an extended, that if I marry you, then I'm going to have an extended boner. I'm going to, sex when we are not married is so exciting. We can't take our hands off each other. And when we are at it, sometimes we don't even have patience for each one to undress properly. We tear the dresses off, that kind of thing. And you think that, no.
Uncle, I thought those songs were only in movies, so.
So,
People do that.
hey, we a good boy.
I mean, tea be that.
Hey,
Tea I didn't be that. No. I have to go and tell the song.
Les is a good boy.
I'll go and tell my wife.
Have you seen a man in a store buying lingerie for the wife? Have you? A man buying lingerie for the wife.
Have I?
Half of the time, he's buying to replace the ones he has torn. No, but the point I'm making is that there's a time when you are so excited. The physical aspect of the relationship is so big and it feels so good that you think that if at the time when we haven't married, we feel this way for each other, then when we get married, dear. No. What you don't realize is that that feeling often comes because there's no responsibility to each other. Once you marry and responsibilities get in, sex gets a little bit more complicated. Once sex gets a little bit more complicated, it ceases to be fun. And once the fun goes out, if you are not careful, you may find yourself in a sexless marriage altogether.
Okay. So we can say that it's very normal for couples to drift apart sexually, even when they still love each other.
For that feeling to be there, but once you are aware of this, then you may have to take certain steps to ensure that you don't drift apart completely.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you can get into a situation where you are completely completely indifferent to each other. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
No. Even courtesy, simple courtesy, it becomes like two strangers in a room, and you don't seem to share any bond. Once emotional connection is compromised, then sex will eventually follow. So there are couples who right now are still having sex, but they are not paying attention to emotional connection.
No.
They are not chatting. So the guy comes, he's calm. Sometimes he comes with work. The woman is with the children, is in the kitchen. She finishes, come to bed. In the middle of the night, the man feels that I have an anointing. He wants to do deliverance service, but he hasn't prepared the woman for anything.
Right.
The woman feels, okay, that's my husband. I can't
So-
say no to him. But resentment begins to build
Okay.
because look at you. You won't pay attention to me. You won't even recognize my existence. But here you are. Look at this. Then you finish, and again, he rolls over. He's gone. Sometimes leaving the lady high and dry because he's not paid attention to ensure that she also reaches her climax.
So at that point, it actually feels like a duty to be fulfilled,
It becomes a chore.
a chore.
It becomes a chore. The other thing also that kills it is the search for children. I've dealt with a number of such cases where the boy is called from town. Come home early today because I'm ovulating and it must happen today.
Oh, yeah.
And Lexis, you're a man. Nothing kills passion more than being told it's a call of duty. Come and perform. Come and perform.
I
So
see.
emotional connection, don't compromise that.
Okay.
Can we chat? Can we talk? Can we review the day, your day, my day? Can I pay attention to you? What's going on in your world? What's going on in my world? That emotional connection. Now, when you pay attention to it, then you have the chance to ensure, even when sex is not there, you still feel so bonded.
Okay. Uncle, one of the issues or the running themes in most of the conversations that we had on this on this show, and including from the story that our friend shared with us, and even the lady who called, was the fact that, sexual desire starts to shift to people outside the marriage, even when they still love their partners.
Yes.
So why is that? Is it biological or emotionally driven?
No, it's escapism. It's escapism. I do not know whether you experienced this when you were a student, but when I was a student, I found something that surprised me. It is during exam period, a few days to exams, that I get very interested in some novel and can spend the whole night reading it. My books go home. My books been touch it. Or because I'm a writer, sometimes about 2 days to the exams, when I should be revising, that is when some story idea be hot story idea. And I spend all night working on it. All the body is doing is escaping from the pain and the trauma of exams. And sometimes when the passion, the loss of passion becomes painful, or sex becomes a chore, the body now seeks for an escape. Something that is a little bit more fun from this. Now, if you make a mistake and think that because I feel this strongly about these other people, I have made a mistake in my marriage, because that's the temptation. There are people who are struggling in their marriages. They are struggling to perform with their spouses. But with other people, it seems to come so easy. So then they think, oh, maybe I married the wrong person. No, you didn't marry the wrong person. Life is happening. If you got a chance to leave your spouse and go to this one, I guarantee you, in less years than it took you to have that problem here, you will have the problem there. Because it's the system, the body is designed to save us from pain. So I don't know if you fast, do you?
Yes.
Have you realized how much appetite you get for all kinds of things when you are fasting?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And sometimes it is the period when you are fasting that your friends bring you some of your best delicacies.
Temptation song.
Again, that is part of life. Life is
Okay.
trying to save you.
Yeah.
The reason why a lot of people can't keep up exercises is because when you start working out, the first 5-10 minutes, your body is screaming, stop, 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 because your body thinks something is happening to you. Now persevere. And then you realize a new lease of energy
Yeah.
comes because now the body realizes, oh, okay, he wants to do this.
Yeah.
Let's help him.
Uh,
In the same way in marriage, that your system. So as people, we've got to be aware of this unspoken control that guides our actions
okay.
and be able to override them because we have the power to override them and say, yes, I want, like you wake up early in the morning and everything says, oh, sleep small, sleep small. No, you've got to override it and say, no, I need to get up.
So self-control.
Self-control. And understanding your nature, understand that the body is asking you, no, let me protect you, let me protect you, let me protect you. You've got to say, yeah, thanks for your protection, but this one,
I've got it.
yes, I am in charge and we are doing this. So a lot of those things, some of those women that we go after and we lust after and we desire so passionately, trust me, we will not stay married to them for more than 2 minutes.
Interesting. Okay, so now let's talk about fixing that broken connection, which is the crux of the issue. Can a marriage that's lost its spark be saved?
Can?
A marriage that has lost its spark
Yes.
be saved?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
How?
Let's just, if that was not the case, some of us would not be born on. If that was not the case, some of us will not be born. Sometimes, you've never heard a woman in frustration telling their children that your father that you are so excited about. No, the point is that yes, it can. You've got to understand a few things. You've got to understand why. For instance, understand that I lost it gradually. I didn't lose it overnight. Okay. Why did I lose it? Were there unresolved issues? Were there issues we didn't resolve? Did I give cause to resentment in this? Have I pursued emotional connection with my spouse? Have we been able to really talk? Men, we run away from the invitation to talk. A lot of the things, one of the sentences that women dread the most from their wives, we need to talk.
Yeah.
And we hate it. But sometimes if men understand what it means, listen. After all she will do is to talk. Do you understand? Listen. Listen, and in listening, you are ministering to her as well. So yes, it can be. Thank God, it can be revived.
Okay. So listening is one of the ways.
Listen, pay attention to each other. But 3, important. Don't think your feelings for those outside the relationship is it. You'll be shocked when you get your way with those people you want to spend time with. How empty it would feel. Like, there's something that you said today when you introduced the program. You talked about we honoring those who love us.
Yeah.
And I was clapping for you. I said, well, that's one of the reasons why Lexis is Lexis. Those who love us. We tend to pay attention to those who don't love us. Those who are in for the adventure. And yet the person who has sacrificed everything to be with us, we then tend to treat like a fool, almost as if he's a fool. No, he's not a fool. The fact that you don't feel like you used to do doesn't mean that person has changed. It only means that can we can we reset? If a nation can be reset,
Yeah.
then you can be sure
Ah,
that a
this is
relationship
the year of reset.
can be reset.
No, you wrapped it up perfectly, and I'm sure His Excellency will be very proud of you. Uncle, thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir.
Thank you so much. And the play is on this weekend.
Tomorrow, if you say this weekend, some people will go to sleep. Ochina.
Okay. So when we are back after the news, we have the news at 5 coming up. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
And then I've just been told that you have some giveaways as well. Uncle, you're so generous, eh? Oh.
No, I was
so kind
I was
of you.
coming to Philip with his hat that we'll have to find out where it came from. Ora, there's somebody here.
We
His
need
hat
to
suggests
submit
that
it
he
to
got
Ora.
it from somewhere.
All right, so it's 5 o'clock. We'll find out what's happening in news, and then when we're back, we'll wrap up with Uncle Ebo Whyte right here on Joy 99.7 FM.
Hello, good afternoon. It's 5 o'clock and time for the latest from the Joy Newsroom. My name is James Aveji. Our Chief Priestess turned Evangelist Patricia Isiedu Isiama, popularly known as Nana Grada, has been sentenced to 15 years imprisonment by the Circuit Court in Accra. The sentence follows her conviction for charlatanic advertisement and obtaining money by false pretenses. Nana Grada was found guilty of deceiving victims during a televised broadcast in 2022, where she falsely claimed to have spiritual powers capable of doubling money. Many individuals were persuaded to part with large sums, hoping for miraculous financial returns that never came. The court decision is seen as a major victory in the fight against fraudulent spiritual schemes and dishonest religious practices. Let's stay in court because the High Court in Accra has scheduled July 18, 2025 for the commencement of the trial involving the former Director General of the National Signals Bureau, Kwabena Edu Boahen, and 3 others over the alleged misappropriation of 49.1 million Ghana cedis earmarked for cybersecurity defense software. Lawyer for the accused person, Samuel Atachian, has been reacting to the court's decision.
Because what is going on in the court is bizarre. As if the Attorney General is dictating to the judge. It's bizarre. I've been here for 32 years. I've not seen a situation in which there's a stampede of a judge. A judge said, I'm going to give a decision on the 21st. And the Attorney General, in his mood, in his ambulance, will say, no, let's come today. And then it's very obvious that the judge is not ready. So they tease out something and say that, well, the decision is not ready. The judge actually intimated that he will need time to write a reasoned decision and that we should come at the 21st.
Samuel Atachian is lawyer for accused Kwabena Edu Boahen. To some other stories, and fresh estimate from the Ghana AIDS Commission indicates that the Greater Accra region has recorded most HIV cases and new infections. The report also revealed over 18,000 children nationwide are reported to be living with the virus. Isaiah Doe is Director of Research, Monitoring and Evaluation at the Ghana AIDS Commission.
Greater Accra, 77,821 out of the 334 or so people living with HIV. The greatest burden is on Greater Accra, and it's obvious. The urban centers and it tapers, decreases at northeast, 1,117. That's the list.
The New Patriotic Party has questioned the Electoral Commission's decision to conduct a rerun of the parliamentary election in 19 polling stations within the Ablekuma constituency. The party opposes the decision, citing inadequate consultation by the EC. There's more coming up on that at 5:30 on Top Story. You would want to stay for that. But before we go, the Tertiary Education Workers Union Ghana are on an indefinite strike after the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission refused to recognize its representatives on public universities governing councils. TUGH President Abdullah Suleiman Araman announced this following a 7-day ultimatum to GTEC that expired without resolution.
Regarding the egregious and unjustifiable decision to recognize the minority union, TUC, as the representative union on the governing councils of traditional public universities in Ghana, despite TUG's majority membership, in accordance with our union's constitution and the provisions of the Labour Act 2003, Act 651, TUGH hereby declare an indefinite strike action effective today, Thursday, 3rd July 2025, until our demands are met.
You heard there Abdullah Suleimana Rahman, who is TUGH president, bringing us to end of the update at 5. Log on to myjoyonline.com for more news. I am James Aveji.
Joy 99.7 FM.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions
and send tweets,
where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.ga or your My MTN app to sign up today. Everywhere you go.
Hey, welcome back to work.
Charlie, thanks, bro. Thanks,
the
bro.
malaria really knocked you down, eh?
Charlie, no joke. Hey, fever, headache, vomiting, loss of appetite. I couldn't even eat my usual fufu.
You and fufu?
How we go do it?
I hope you got tested before the malaria treatment.
Oh, yes, I did. And thanks to Malatu, I kicked out malaria one time.
Sharp. Anyway, sorry to ruin your excitement, but your boss asked of you.
Okay.
She says she has plenty work for you.
No problem, Charlie. Strength day.
You see,
When malaria strikes, take Malatu, containing Artemether and lumefantrine. Comes in tablet and suspension for the effective treatment of malaria in adults and children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Malatu is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hello, Ohima. Eti saying.
Ayo.
Na edahin.
Me kwatade.
Edi bensa.
Krachi. Obesuja na se obehwem kwem.
Na se jane de wo so ayeden kwan de wohwem kakra.
Anyway, me kope vitamin B de adwodwom akoma.
What a coincidence. Me say no na me koto, eno na me no.
Hey bra, we de wo boa.
Oh, ahon fe mintimi ntwa wontro.
Se wara.
Vitamilk no emu de he pa na we ni je.
Me pe Vitamilk banana any choco because I'm black and proud.
Hey, interesting. Me de me a regular guy oh. So wow.
When you kapao.
So wow. I can see we have something in common. Ohima, yanko try a Vitamilk connection. Would you bo me kana metia? And you be a se kwan down.
E kwan be.
Aha, na muni brebi. Vitamilk di fufuro bia be kambusua ne ho your friend of Vitamilk strawberry. Vitamilk feels good anywhere anytime. This advert is FDA approved.
Every day from 1st to 31st of July, Betway is giving you the chance to strike it lucky and win a share of 9,000 Ghana cedis and prizes in Scratch and Win. Place any bet on sports or casino and earn your daily scratch card for a chance at cash, spins, free flights, and more. Exclusively at Betway. Get way more at betway.com.gh today. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, oh yeah. EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Oh yeah. Download it. You gon' enjoy it. In my rhyming check. Rhyming check. In my rhyming check. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Can promise.
This Toyota engine is always grumpy. That's because it doesn't use Toyota oil. This is what it sounds like every day.
You really won't go now? Okay, make we try go.
And this Toyota engine uses Toyota oil. Listen to the difference.
Good morning, everybody. Is it time to leave yet? It'll be my pleasure to take you wherever you want to go.
Nothing makes your engine happier than Toyota Genuine Motor Oil. Because it's made specifically with your Toyota in mind, it will bring out the best in your Toyota engine. Toyota Genuine Motor Oil. Available at Toyota Ghana Company Limited.
Sawudru krum na wote yes charcoal toothpaste aya no ya hwe na obi amfa so kwana na wachenchena esa ne se charcoal toothpaste bebre ane wodwa so nanso nya ne nyina na yema wose titiru mpo ne se wo nyini no bon ho modin se wo beto charcoal toothpaste a ye di bidia nkasa ye na anya dai kekene bi agumu na wode yin keka wafiri osimu na wo se nya hoden na se efita to charcoal toothpaste fluoride ewo mu na bo se ho ban na mana ye din da ekosi se obaba akokora na sa abrewa Pepsodent charcoal toothpaste dear what dibidie lemon mint ana zinc ana akabomu aye enti ma wose din na wonum so ahwam de mu ni nyina Pepsodent dear yenim no dada o enti wasan de bidie lemon and mint akabomu aye dear ene na kire se yesen adamfo no no ebem wonum ahwam na abo wose ho ban afiri kikawa bia mu to Pepsodent charcoal toothpaste fetwe wose na ma wose ho ban abrebia Ghana must grow
boss KB, yo. Hey, KB, aka Kubeboga, now drives a Bugatti. He can even travel by road from Accra to London. Oh, wow. KB's source of wealth is agriculture. Yes, coconut business. After losing his bank job, he started supplying coconuts at events. Now, he owns large coconut plantations and employs many young people. Charlie, we all need to trust the process, because hope day.
There has never been a better time to enter into agribusiness. Take a bold step today with the Ghana Grows program, because every step pays. Ejuma Wokrom, Ghana Grows, Hope Day, an initiative of the MasterCard Foundation in partnership with Springboard Roadshow Foundation and Limehouse.
It's the 18th anniversary of Dawn and Aisha, and the morning has started just great.
Grand Rising Ish Nation!
Happy anniversary, darling! But one question turns it all around.
You mean there's a lower point in our marriage than we losing our baby?
Yes.
Oh, then this one I want to know.
In private, not online. And what begins as a celebration of love becomes a dramatic showdown.
Dawn!
In partnership with Joy FM and the National Theatre, Roverman Productions presents an original Ebo Whyte play, Love on the Ropes, showing on June 27, 28, 29, and July 4th, 5th, and 6th at the National Theatre. Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Rate 300 Ghana cedis. Tickets available via Callbar short code *365*535# and at regular hours or on the Roverman app. Call 050-554-6010. Sponsors: Gino Jollof Mix, Callbar, and Tilly's Tea. Communications partner: M Notify. Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
Baby, share yeah, vampire. I said, I'm born if I jet. Miss on diet. I'm in the baby, share yeah, vampire. I said, I'm born if I jet. I feel him, me and the near the web, yeah. As a man, maybe bossy, Nina, I see, yeah. I send the tea, I know the night and the side. Abemua, Missy Soncha, Koti, Yanyan Taria, Yanyan White, Yampama, Yanyamu Kind Pipe. anka mi hwehwem anya me so ene me de ye what if I come wokuta wadia sie hu abakan ya bo bia e re mu bi o enti wo puro say one way ya baby me so da ye na me go baby share da ye ya bamba ye asire bone faje me so da ye na me go baby share da ye ya bamba ye asire bone faje
Nana Buo Biso Sekufu with this classic Mr. Daye on Joy 99.7 FM. Betway's Scratch and Win is back with a bang. A whooping 9 million Ghana cedis cash prize. Yeah, this cash, there are free spins, free flights, and more up for grabs from 1st to the 31st of July 2025. But how do you take part? Simply log into Betway, bet on sports or casino, and you get your daily scratch card. From there, it's just scratch, match, and win. With every day being another chance to strike it lucky. Only at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more. Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, the number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices. As an online store, log on to www.kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of our branches. It is hassle-free. We'll arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. We have a free delivery within Accra and Tema, and we accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions apply. All right, so back in the studio with Ghana's favorite uncle, Uncle Ebo Whyte, and I mentioned earlier that last weekend, Love on the Ropes was totally amazing. Yeah. In fact, I saw a review from DJ Mensa. Did you see that poster he put up? DJ Mensa, he says, Love on the Ropes by Uncle Ebo, pure genius. 2 actors over 2 hours, not a single dull moment. The way he involves the live audience and has a dedicated team tracking who's in the auditorium is just brilliant. And he says he was completely blown away. And so if you're listening now and you haven't seen Love on the Ropes, Uncle, can they see it this weekend?
Yeah, this weekend is from tomorrow, actually.
Okay.
7 p.m. tomorrow, and then Saturday 4 and 8, and then Sunday 1, 4 and 8.
So 1, 2, 3, huh?
You will call it the 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
1, 2, 3 at
so
the National Theatre.
Tomorrow's a holiday. You need to put it on your agenda. Okay, 7 p.m. at the National Theatre. On Saturday 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And on Sunday there's an early showing at 1 p.m.
Yes.
Yes, and then the 4 and the 8 as well. Tell me about the story and why anybody should see it.
Well, if I tell you the story, you have to give me 300 cedis, which is a gate.
Well, yeah, that's true. But, in fact, everybody listening has to give you 300 CDs. We are doing the collection now.
You know what we're talking about? How come passion fades?
Yes.
This is what has happened to this couple who, on their 18th birthday, 18th anniversary, discovered that what they thought they had was never there. And I make this point that any man who thinks that my wife doesn't quite get me, come with your wife. For most of my shows, it's the wives who bring the men. But this time, this story is like that any man would benefit hugely. Come with your woman. Because this is a story that is meant to let the woman understand the inner workings of a man's heart and mind.
Okay, great. Yeah. You'd love to see it. So National Theatre this weekend, we're meeting, and Uncle said he had some free tickets to give out, right? Yeah. So the first 5 people who send me messages on my WhatsApp number 055 1111 997. Namuntu Mubwe. Menkan ticket to crime we cry mumuntu. In fact, I already have more than enough. But you
haven't even announced it.
I haven't even announced that thing. In fact, all those who have sent messages now are disqualified. Hey! Oh my goodness.
No. For paying attention.
We have to give it to them.
Yeah, let's move
okay,
on.
all right. So our first 5 messages. First 5 now. Okay, it's fine. We'll figure that out. Anyway, Uncle, thank you so much. We're grateful you made time this afternoon to come by and.
It's always a delight to be with you.
Yes. And we'll do this again because there's so many angles to this conversation. Like we're exploring behind the scenes. We'll see how best we can pick them apart and help each other on this course.
All right. So I'll see you.
I'll see you soon, Uncle.
I'll see you soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Uncle Ebo Whyte and the team from Roverman Productions are here today, and it's been a very, very wonderful session with them. Thank you so much for staying tuned in. Akofa is back with the latest updates in the world of entertainment. Hi, Akofa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Alrighty, so coming up in our entertainment news updates for today, the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam George, has revealed that he held a meeting with TikTok's West African Government Relations team to discuss growing concerns about inappropriate content on the platform. Now, speaking at a press conference on July 3, 2025 at the Information Services Department Press Center in Accra, the Minister said the meeting took place on June 26 and was part of efforts to promote a safer, more inclusive and responsible digital creative space in Ghana. Now, Sam George said, as part of efforts to promote a safe, vibrant, and inclusive digital creative economy, I met with TikTok's West African Government Relations team on the 26th of June. Our discussions focused on enforcing age restrictions, safeguarding minors, and promoting responsible content development.
As part of efforts to promote a safe, vibrant, and inclusive digital creative economy, I met with TikTok's West African Government Relations team on the 26th of June. Our discussions focused on enforcing age restrictions, safeguarding minors, and promoting responsible content development. And at this point, let me just pause and say that I'm deeply concerned about some of the content on TikTok. Life, sex, and explicit material on TikTok is completely unacceptable and against our culture and our norms. And those were parts of the conversation I held with TikTok's team to have content moderation in country. But the cybersecurity authorities mandated to do constant surveillance of TikTok platforms and accounts in country that are engaged in content that is anti our culture and not appropriate, and work with the platform operator to take down those accounts and block the owners of those accounts from operating on those platforms.
Well, let's do some other stories now. Congratulations to Wombolombo hitmaker and music icon Angelique Kidjo. She has become the first Black African performer to be selected for a star on the prestigious Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, Kidjo, who comes from the West African country of Benin, has won 5 Grammy Awards, was among the 35 names announced as part of the Walk of Fame's class of 2026 list. Now, the 64-year-old was hailed as Africa's premier diva during a press conference announcing the list. Singer Miley Cyrus, actor Timothy Chalamet, actress Demi Moore, and former basketball player Shaquille O'Neal are also among those set to be honored with a star on Los Angeles' famous walk. Now, Kidjo receives the honor after making music for more than 4 decades and releasing 16 albums. Huge congratulations going out to her and to people. When the list came out, they were really excited about it because she's been doing music forever.
Yeah, the queen.
Listen, every music of hers is just beautiful. So,
have you ever
contest before? There's a part where you'll be asked to sing, quote unquote, like an African tune, and you find people are always, gravitating towards this one or something from Yvonne Shaka Shaka, So like
Yeah.
Anytime you hear Angelique Kidjo, you're thinking, yeah, African. It has to wow and all of that. So I'm really happy about this. Congratulations going out to her.
And you know, Stone Boy did a record with her as
With
well.
her.
Manoji.
Manoji.
That's a beautiful song as well.
It is. It is. And she always knows how to bring it. Like, you think that her age will slow her down, but no.
No way.
No way. She's not slowing down.
Yeah.
Now, before I go, hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs has been denied bail after a jury convicted him of transportation to engage in prostitution, but acquitted him of the most serious charges, racketeering and sex trafficking. Lawyers for the recording artist had argued he posed no flight risk, pointing out his jet is being chartered in Hawaii. Now, the government intends to seek a sentence of incarceration, and Combs still faces up to 20 years in prison for the 2 counts he has been convicted of, according to Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey. Now, in the nearly 2-month federal trial in New York City, prosecutors accused Combs of using his celebrity status and business empire to run a criminal enterprise to sex traffic women. He will continue to be held at the same federal jail in Brooklyn, where he has been detained since last September. And then the sentencing was tentatively scheduled for October 3. And people are still reacting to Diddy's ruling as well, or the outcome per se, because the actual sentencing will happen October 3, and so people are still sharing their thoughts on what is the information they have already at the end of it all. And so yeah, we're looking to see how it all pans out at the end of the day.
Alrighty, right.
Is Akofa.
Okay, thank you so much, and do enjoy your holiday
Long
weekend.
weekend! Let's make some noise!
Are we doing some movies?
We are!
Yeah,
I am so
binge
excited.
watching some series, nah?
Trust me.
Yeah.
All of us put me on 2 different series. I'm going to see if I can run through them this weekend.
Wow,
Yeah.
great. You should share with me as well, yeah?
I will. I'll
All
tell you about it.